helicopters. They were so loud. Of course, the hooligans coming off the top.
Good evening, everybody. The Arnold Schwarzenegger River threatening dangerous weather here in north central Arkansas. Tornado warning for Craighead and Greene counties here in north central Arkansas until 8:45. We had an observed tornado on the ground here as it went by Walnut Ridge. Reports of cars flipped over on Highway 67 in Walnut Ridge as the storm went by. And you see this is just basically bolting down to the south and east very quickly here at speeds of about 40 to 45 miles an hour. Just picked up in speed.
And easier to most men trust just for men.
Terrorism, close.
If you work just 1999 and you can order, you're going to get a great experience. Simple 3-day fit, absolutely free. Order now.
Order call 1-800-989-4071 or go online at iGrandXfilm.com. Call 1-800-989-4071 or iGrandXfilm.com.
When the insurance science get together, pretty sweet things can happen. Why are Seneca Labs and gummies showing you occasional complications? Seneca starts with the natural Seneca that science transforms into yummy gummies. Sweet. Seneca Labs and gummies.
It's hard to find your food sometimes. Should not report you on sweat. Extra for the room. Always move the branding and soft and shampoo all the food. Number 2, should be easy to clean. Trust colors to solid stores with no stimulants for comfortable.
Welcome back to this special edition of Hannity. Breaking today, the board of Twitter is now desperately trying to prevent Elon Musk from taking over the social media giant. Here now with a full report is Fox Business correspondent Susan Lee. Susan.
To fend off Elon Musk and his hostile takeover bid, Twitter has now turned to a poison pill defense. A poison pill essentially makes it a lot harder and much more expensive for Elon Musk to try to buy the company. It's only a temporary tactic since it does expire next year, and it only kicks in after somebody like Elon Musk buys 15% of the company. Musk currently owns 9%. Now, once somebody does buy 15% of Twitter stock, then other shareholders can buy the stock at a discount. So that reduces Elon Musk's Twitter ownership, dilution, as we call it. It's not good for stockholders, so do expect Twitter stock to fall on Monday when markets reopen. Now, it does hurt Musk, but you have to remember it also hurts other Twitter investors. And even though Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet, he's worth over $250 billion, he's what we call cash poor, since most of his wealth is tied up and locked up in Tesla's stock and options. So there's some Wall Street skepticism on how exactly he's going to come up with the money. Now, he did hint at a plan B in the TED Talks. Musk with 9% of Twitter, still the second largest shareholder, overtaken by mutual fund provider Vanguard last night. So plan B could be Elon Musk calling up other big Twitter investors to pull their money together in order to force Twitter's board to accept Elon Musk's bid. Or Musk could just simply walk away, sell his stock off, as he said that he would do if his bid was unsuccessful. Tammy?
All righty, Susan Lee, thank you very much for all of that. Very exciting stuff, I have to say. Tonight, if successful, Elon Musk is vowing to turn Twitter into, God forbid, a space for free speech with transparent algorithms. This is causing many in the mainstream media and in big tech to have meltdowns. It makes us wonder, what are they so afraid of, right? And what do they have to hide? Joining us now with perhaps some answers with reaction is Fox News contributor Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn, thank you very much for joining me. You have the unique experience of knowing Elon. Also, when we talk about algorithms, a funny thing happened to you when we think about Twitter. You got shadow banned. A lot of people have experienced when somebody in Twitter doesn't like what you're doing, suddenly the engagement drops off and people tend to not see you. What do you think about what Elon's doing, and how far can this go, do you think?
Well, hopefully along the way, I'm very much in favor of what Elon Musk is doing. If I had a company and Elon Musk was going to come in and wanted to purchase my company, I would be so excited. Look what he did with Tesla. Look what he did with SpaceX. Went up against NASA, the federal government, and won and built a better product. So I'd be very excited. But let me give you a common sense approach, because I'm a common sense person of what's happening right now. Elon Musk puts in a bid. The bid goes to the board of directors. They have a fiduciary responsibility to look at that bid. They did. Now, normally in a non-hostile takeover, because this is not a hostile takeover, not only the board would vote on it, but also all of the shareholders. Now they throw the poison pill in. Besides some other restrictions, one thing it does is that only the board votes on this bid, not all the shareholders. So it gives Twitter more control over what's happening. Why are they doing that? They're doing it because they want to control this. Honestly, I think they're scared to death of Elon Musk. If Elon Musk was able to take this over and make free speech, he would expose everything that's been going on in Twitter for years. I mean, from the Hunter Biden laptop, hiding that before the election. I mean, literally canceling people who even mentioned it while they were on. Taking somebody like myself, I was shadow banned just because a couple of weeks ago, I joined this great news network called Fox News.
Oh, no.
Immediately, I was shadow banned. Oh, no, you can't believe it. So I am all in favor of what he's doing. I think he will expose a lot if he ever gets this done. And I think he can make Twitter, as far as free speech, one of the greatest companies throughout the world and have a major impact on all of social media.
Well, and you've experienced your personal life as one of being an iconoclast. You do things and as a transgender person have made a choice in your life that it is challenging and would upset certain people, but you did it anyway because it was the right thing for you to do. You know that they're going to try to destroy Elon Musk, who is similar in that there's a vision and that he goes for what he wants. He's got the confidence to do it regardless of what's in front of him. Do you think that he will walk away, or do you think he's going to stick with it no matter what happens?
I think there's no way he's going to walk away. I think this is a tremendous challenge for him, business-wise, and he loves a good challenge. When you take a guy, I remember years ago when he was talking about he was going to start SpaceX, and I'm thinking, how can you go up against NASA and the federal government and build a space program and do it privately? But he did. I mean, he is an amazing human being, and with tremendous drive, so smart, that not only did he take on NASA and the space program, he did it better. He did it as a private industry instead of a federal government industry. And in private industry, you have to make a product that's very efficient, that's reusable. And he did all of that. I think he would do a phenomenal job. I think he's very challenged by this. Even if it doesn't work out this first try, I think he's going to be in it for the long run. Because if we're going to protect our democracy, I'm a red-blooded American. I love this country. I'm a patriot, and I want to save this country. And the first thing you do is we have to keep the First Amendment valid, and we have to have free speech in this country and open debate.
Yeah, that has been what he's saying, that he is not doing it for the money. He wants to unlock the potential of Twitter. People are upset, Caitlin, that a billionaire would have to be saving us. But isn't it always about tall poppies and about unique people who come in to make a difference, whether it's Henry Ford or Chrysler or anybody like that who changes industry, changes business? Isn't that part of the American way?
Absolutely. He's pretty much an immigrant coming to this country. And look what he's done. He's taken advantage of what this country is all about. We are the greatest nation in the world. We're the only place that an Elon Musk can do what he's done. I mean, look what he started off with PayPal, and then he took from that. He got into Tesla when nobody was into electric cars. And I even went to Santa Monica Boulevard. When it first came out, they had I went down and took a test drive in it. It was a great little car. I really enjoyed it. And I mean, to see what he's done now with SpaceX, and now he's trying to, I think he loves this country. He loves our freedom. And he sees what social media is doing to this country and how they are emboldened by the woke movement and what's happening. And I think he wants to change that. He wants to keep America, a free country, free speech.
Yeah, thank goodness he's a libertarian, so we really eliminate the partisanship and it moves it away from being a weaponized mechanism for the left, back into a great American company and experience. Caitlin, thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Have a great evening. Now, straight ahead. Biden's border crisis continues to worsen, And Governor Greg Abbott, what do you know, is following through on his promise to bus migrants from Texas to Washington. I didn't think it was going to happen. Tom Homan and Mark Bernovich break down the latest on this spiraling disaster when we return.
Walking on the moon. So they say. United We Pledge has partnered with Balance of Nature to help ensure traditional American freedoms exist for us and for future generations. United We Pledge is raising money to build an American Village West campus that will house replicas of key historic buildings and realistic portrayals of the men and women who helped shape this nation. This village will provide educational experiences for youth and families. To raise funds and bring awareness to this project, world record holding endurance athlete Tom Jones is running 76 consecutive marathons from the original American Village in Alabama to the future home of the American Village West in Washington County, Utah. He will be powered by Balance of Nature fruits and veggies. Balance of Nature is proud to provide fruits and veggies in a Patriot Pack for a limited time to support this effort. A portion of the proceeds from each Patriot Pack will go directly to United We Pledge to help build this project. Use promo code VILLAGE to receive 35% off your first preferred order. Go to buypatriotpack.com to start your pledge to help preserve the freedom we value.
The Comfort Mat from WeatherTech offers support where you need it.
Mom's gonna love this! Grandma's gonna love it!
Comfort Mat provides anti-fatigue cushioning while you're standing and won't slip against your floors or under your feet. Perfect throughout the home or on the job. The WeatherTech Comfort Mat comes in 3 colors and finishes.
What?
Order your American-made Comfort Mat at WeatherTech.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Liddell, CEO of MyPillow. Retailers, shopping channels, and now even banks have tried to cancel myself and MyPillow. During these times, your support has meant everything to us. My employees and I want to personally thank each and every one of you by passing the savings directly on to you. For example, you can get my Giza Dream bed sheets for as low as $39.99 a set. That's a savings of 60% and the lowest price in history. And remember, they're made with the world's best cotton, grown where the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River all meet. They come with my 10-year warranty, and I guarantee they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own. So go to mypillow.com now and use the promo code on your screen, or call the 1-800 number below to get my Giza Dream bed sheets for as low as $39.99, the lowest price in history. If you do it right now, I'm also going to include a free gift with your purchase. Thank you and God bless.
Guys, think you can eat like this to lose weight? Yes, you can.
In your 20s, in your 30s, you can go out and have a great night, eat a big meal.
Now that you're in your 40s, it's not as easy as it used to be. Things change, right?
Nutrisystem has changed the game for men with new premium meals that are 50% bigger and have up to 30 grams of protein.
Bigger portion, tastes great, and lose weight. I'm down 115 pounds, and I feel great.
65 pounds, gone. With Nutrisystem for men. The first week, I lost 10 or 12 pounds. Weight loss today currently is 45 pounds.
My energy levels went up as I was losing weight, and I lost 52 pounds.
It was good food that yielded good results in a program that's really simple and easy to follow. And I lost 65 pounds.
Get started now and get a free week of ProSync shakes that controls hunger for up to 3 hours.
Why wait on losing weight when you can get Nutrisystem now?
Call or go online to get started and get a free week of ProSync shakes. Controls hunger up to 3 hours.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening.
Now, tonight, Governor Greg Abbott continues to deliver on his promise to bus illegal migrants from the state of Texas to Washington, D.C., with another bus today dropping off illegal immigrants near the U.S. Capitol. But unfortunately, Biden's border crisis is only going from bad to worse. The rollback of Title 42 is setting the stage for even more border chaos, and smugglers and traffickers and drug cartels are as emboldened as ever. And get this, Texas border agents say that on Tuesday, they encountered a 4-year-old boy among a group of suspected illegal immigrants trying to smuggle drugs across the border. But that's not all. Immigration authorities are also probing the death of a Mexican woman who appears to have died after becoming entangled and trapped while trying to climb over a border wall near Douglas, Arizona. So let me be clear here. There is nothing compassionate about illegal immigration, nothing compassionate about aiding and abetting lawlessness, and nothing compassionate about undermining American sovereignty. Border security is national security. But to Biden and the Democrats, their open borders agenda has morphed into just another self-inflicted crisis that they've let spiral out of control. Now, here for reaction, Arizona Attorney General and Senate candidate Mark Brnovich, along with former acting ICE director and Fox News contributor Tom Homan. Tom, let me start with you because we hear these stories. There's not a lot of visual. People don't see it so much. You can kind of become inured to the chaos, to the tragedy of it all. But people are dying. We don't see it on TV like we do with Ukraine. You've been law enforcement involved in this. Where is this now? Where do you see it going? And what do you think Biden can or will do? Which I think at this point is nothing.
Well, first of all, your monologue, you're right at every point you made. And look, the Biden administration won't fix this. The Biden administration has been in power for 14, 15 months. They haven't done a single thing to solve the problem. Nothing. They've done nothing to secure the border. Everything they've done is how quickly can we process migrants and release them. Right now, they're looking at $900 million to build soft-sided facilities for the surge that's coming so they can process and release quicker. And when you process and release quicker, that just brings more. And you're talking about inhumane policy. Let me make one point for Will Mark. The Biden administration keeps saying the Trump policy is inhumane. Let me be clear on this. More migrants have died under the first year of Joe Biden on U.S. soil than any year I can remember. A record number. More migrants are dying under Joe Biden, and over 100,000 Americans have died of overdose deaths of fentanyl comes across that southwest border. His policies are inhumane, and they're killing people.
Thank you for that reminder, and it's stark. Attorney General, you've been down to the border. This is a human catastrophe. We see it is getting worse. The American people are shocked. There's a war going on around the world. There's all kinds of viruses beyond COVID. What did you see at the border? And are they getting any kind of a handle on it? Because it's just so overwhelming, and yet there's no money, there's no assistance. What are you seeing now?
Tammy, thank you for having me on. And I'm literally in Douglas today. And the Douglas sector, just in February, there's nearly 40,000 people, either the gotaways or the give-ups. They tried to cross that sector. And literally only 1,000 of them were turned away. So this is having a devastating impact on our country. And I will tell you that one of the things that we know that Congress has been broken for so long, and the consequences of that have damaged our country. But when you combine that with the clown show that is the Biden White House, it is devastating because people are dying. We talk about these numbers, and sometimes you get numb to them, but literally people's daughters, nieces, nephews are being killed. In Pima County, Arizona, the number one cause of death now amongst young people is fentanyl and drug overdoses. So Americans are paying the cost in lives and treasure, and it's one of the reasons why I've led the lawsuit on Title 42 against the Biden administration, why we sued him over the public charge rule, why we sued him over his inability or unwillingness to follow the law and deport people. So what the administration has done is decriminalize and incentivize people breaking the law.
Yeah, that's a great point. Obviously, as the chaos, Tom, gets worse, if Title 42 is removed, it means that there's going to be even more, additional crime, more sex trafficking, more human trafficking, more drugs coming across. It's bad enough when there's some security, but when there's complete chaos, it just emboldens the actors in this even more, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. You're right on those points, and it's going to get worse. And let me tell you why. Because they've already encountered 1.2 million. So they're on a scale right now to beat last year's numbers, which was historic. And they're going to blow them out of the water, even if Title 42 is in place. And they're so overwhelmed right now, there's been 67,000 gotaways just last month. 67,000 people enter this country
Wow.
that weren't arrested. And they come from 157 different countries. If you don't think that any of those 67,000 came from a country that supports terrorism, then they're being ignorant. This is a national security crisis. And if they lift Title 42, what you're going to, that 67,000 is going to swell to over 100,000 a month gotaways. We don't know who these people are. That's just scared the hell out of every American. This administration has created a national security crisis that I've never seen in my
And
career.
I think that is the key phrase, Tom, Attorney General, that this is not an accident, it's not a mistake, they're not clueless, that there is now, it clearly seems to be, I think on its face, deliberate, that this is policy, that it's not like bad policy that nobody's listening to. This is the policy. What could the end game be here, Attorney General, when you've got a policy that is as monstrous as this?
Tammy, when you combine what is happening on our southern border, the national security threat, the increasing crime, what we are seeing is an attempt by the left and whoever's talking to Joe Biden's earpiece to radically alter and change this country. They were essentially trying to socialize our economy, nationalize our election, and overwhelm our system and our neighborhood. So I think people become more dependent on central authority. This is the neo-Marxist playbook. We see this everything from trying to jam critical race theory down our kids' throats to increase crime in our neighborhoods. And that's why I'm fighting to stop it.
All right, well, thank goodness you're there. Tom, thank you so much for your continuing work. Gentlemen, thanks for joining me. Now, coming up, it's not just policy failures plaguing Democrats. As a number of new scandals are coming to light, we're going to bring you the latest on the left's corruption as Joe Concha and Leo Terrell, not that they have opinions, join us with reaction coming right up.
Helping small businesses in my community thrive and grow is my passion. During the pandemic, I've seen how American technology and online tools saved small businesses by keeping them connected to their customers. But some politicians are pushing new laws that will make our economy more dependent on China for the technology we use every day. That's bad for small business and it's bad for America's future. Washington needs to protect, not weaken, American technology.
During World War II, most of the world turned a blind eye to the Holocaust and Hitler's atrocities. Christians were slow to act and did not speak up until it was too late, and 6 million Jews were murdered. Right now, thousands of Ukrainian Jewish families are fleeing the Russian army for the freedom of Israel. Imagine fleeing with a baby in one hand and a toddler holding the other with all of your earthly possessions in a sack over your shoulder, leaving your husband behind to defend your country. These courageous families need our help. The time for action is now. We do not know when the borders will be closed. Silence in the face of evil is evil. God will not hold us guiltless. Take action today. Donate at jhm.org/help or call 1-855-694-9654. God bless you and God bless the Jewish people.
You be the judge. Nutrisystem has answered the bell with menu items that are new for 2022. Our most satisfying weight loss plan ever, including new premium meals that are big and filling, with up to 30 grams of protein.
I jumped right in and lost 127 pounds.
The new skillet meals are amazing.
And the extra protein gives you a ton of energy.
And we're bringing the taste of your favorite restaurant meals right to your home. Perfectly portioned with half the calories.
I can eat a burrito. I think to satisfy my cravings.
The secret is science based on the latest discoveries. A high-protein, low-glycemic approach to help keep your blood sugar level steady as you lose weight. Just like always, you get your meals and snacks delivered free with a money-back guarantee. Act now and save big with 50% off all plans.
I lost 40 pounds.
67 pounds.
55 pounds with Nutrisystem.
Go online, scan, or call to get 50% off all plans.
U.S. military aid to Ukraine.
Finally, we're going to get the weapons that Zelensky has been asking for.
Plus, take Ruben on Wokeism in America on Life Theory in the Bay.
Don't you wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's Power Swaps. Just swap your teeth for 5 minutes. Boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. As if you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips
they seem to really hurt my teeth. The Power Swab, it just seems very gentle.
You just snap, swab, and smile. Power Swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my Power Swab and eliminate the stain.
I like being able to individually get the tea and in between foods.
This liquid's gone. Dental Ralph is also gone on the shelf. I have not seen anything more effective as an
Whiten your teeth